Okay, guys, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both of you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Howard Foster having a busy night, and so are we. Incredible action brought to you live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Deep into the Magnificent Seven, and a marvellous middleweight matchup here. Sheffield's undefeated Shakiel Thompson. He's the southpaw here, tackling the more seasoned orthodox man, Brad Pauls, who's won 20 of 23. But the ability of Thompson, well, I've seen him up close and personal plenty of times. And if he can deliver continually and consistently on the big stage, he could be having that world title shot. But Brad Pauls has been there, Southern Area, English and British champion, as Thomas Triber announced him. He was also clapping Shakiel Thompson as Thompson was being announced. He's a lovely guy, Brad Pauls, but he can have no respect for Thompson here.
No, he's got to grab this fight by the scruff of the neck, try and rough up Thompson, who certainly has the attributes to push on and challenge for world titles for sure. Look at the frame, but gets in such a nice rhythm early on, doesn't he, behind that lead hand. Loads of feints, as you see there, and that always unlocks the defence of his opponents. So Brad Pauls are going to have to be smart here, switched on and not take the bait.
Have you seen much of Thompson, Carl?
I haven't seen lots of him. I've watched little bits of him, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here tonight so far, although we're only halfway through the first round. A lot of variety with his jab, his lead hand, sorry. He's thrown it as a jab, he's thrown it as a lead hook, going to the body as well. I like what I'm seeing, but I think Brad Pauls has got to, at some point in this fight, he's got to get close and rough it up a bit.
He's got to keep his elbows close together, Brad Pauls. That guard just flares open ever so slightly, and that allows Thompson to get that jab through the guard. And that left hand will follow. Well, let's see more head movement from Pauls as well. Keep that head moving side to side. That's better.
He's been sparring with the failed twins, who have really exploded onto the scene in the last year or so. The pair of them, Ben and Carl. Brad Pauls will really have to get that orthodox jab going and deny Thompson the space, because look at that range he's got.
Ridiculous. And yeah, it's important to get that lead hand into play, and I think when you fight the southpaw, being an orthodox fighter myself, you want to jab to the body. I think lots of variation with that front foot. Don't just stay on the outside as you're told to. That's the shot there, I think, the jab to the body. He'll be able to throw the right hand through the middle afterwards. I don't think he needs to be leading with the right hand, Brad Pauls. That will play into Thompson's favour.
It's the type of fight where you have to have a look. You can't do too much rushing too early on. And I think what the approach, although he's not winning this round, Brad Pauls, I think just have a look in the first round is the wise thing to do.
Relaxed and in a rhythm, Shakiel Thompson, who takes the opening round.
Brilliant start. No overthrowing, okay? One time, right end of the round, you've overthrown with that backhand. Let's stick to the plan. Get that jab in his face, jab in his face. And every now and again, feint and take the space off him. Feint and take the space. Don't let him back you onto the ropes too much, okay? When you go onto the ropes, it's going one way then the other. Wrong footing, yeah? And the key is, for the first couple of rounds, get that jab in his face. Jab, sharp, jab, sharp. Now and again, angled. Drop that odd body shot. Yeah, odd body shot. Back to the head. Feel good? Got a drink?
Roger Sampson leading the corner, as always, for Shakiel Thompson. Kevin Marie, his manager, somewhere around, always present. Father of two daughters, and he's got a 9-to-5 job as well for a metal company. Runs early doors, trains late at night. It's a tough business, professional boxing, when you've got a job as well. And a nice shot there from Brad Pauls, start of the second.
It's a lovely shot, wasn't it? Just got his front foot a bit closer to Thompson then.
Although Thompson's got the big frame and he's got the long levers, but he gives away a little bit of his height, doesn't he, with a wide stance, and he leans over that front foot. quite a bit, which will give Paul a few opportunities.
There's the jab that Thompson was asking him to throw the stick. He's won his last 5 by stoppage.
It's always calculated in the fashion in which he does it. Doesn't rush anything, doesn't get greedy. He just breaks you down. He finds those shots. Very smart, as I say. He uses the front lead hand to feint. He uses his feet to feint to give you the eyes, but he's a very intelligent boxer. But Brad Paul's very comfortable here.
There was talk last year of Janabek maybe being a target for Shakiel Thompson. That was a huge step up, but he turned away from that. There is a promise of an IBF championship vacant, I think, on the line in the summer if he's to get through against Brad Pauls. But Pauls will have other ideas. He's fought at a higher level professionally, so it's all about what Shakiel Thompson can do. It's a stage, it's pressure. Frank Warren and the team are watching him closely, whipping in body shots. He's good when he gets in a groove, Carl.
Yeah, he's a smart fighter. I just noticed there maybe about 20 seconds ago now, Adam, there was a little break in the action, but you could see how quickly Thompson was to fill that space and that gap and apply pressure to Pauls and make him go backwards.
With a couple of good right hands, though, Pauls.
Yep, he's not afraid to throw that shot and a left hook as well. But it'd be interesting to see Thompson under pressure. Remember an 8-rounder he had with Vladimir Georgiev where he dropped a couple of rounds, didn't look quite himself, but got through to victory. It's a right hand from Thompson, who has 11 knockouts in those 15 wins. Pauls has 11 too, so there's power in there.
We see, didn't we, against Nathan Heaney in that second fight, carries his power late, Pauls.
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, right at the very end.
Great couple of fights he had with Nathan Heaney, who's coming up later on this packed bill. Shakiel Thompson with the steady jab. Has been caught a couple of times in this second round, though. The warning of Brad Pauls. Been there, seen it, not overawed. Beginning to get that right hand into play. Your round, they're saying, in the corner to Brad Pauls. It was certainly better. Well, we've been getting out and about backstage and around the arena. I think Prince Naseem Hamed in the house. Here to see his son Adam, who boxed beautifully earlier on. This show started about 3 o'clock, I think. It's John Joe Carrington had a win, and Nelson Birchall and Adam Hamed, and real good stars coming through. It's
How'd you get on against Prince?
10 seconds, corners.
Solomon.
Seconds
No,
out.
I'm only joking.
what a fighter he was.
Round 3.
Naseem Hamed fought in Manchester. Remember a defense of his WBO featherweight title. He knocked out Remigio Molina in a couple of rounds. That was at the arena in town. Here we are at the Co-op Live. Fantastic venue, isn't it?
Really is. Huge. Glass ceiling, plenty in attendance already.
Yeah, 15,000 expected tonight as we build up to Moses Itauma's meeting with Jermaine Franklin. Here we're in the middleweight division. Shakiel Thompson and Brad Pauls.
He's picking some nice counters here,
Yeah,
Paul.
he's doing all right, isn't he? In the last round, I'm not sure if he won it or not, but it was a lot closer than the first round. He may have won it, but I think what I'm liking so far, although we're only early in the fight, he's not allowing Thompson to frustrate him. It would be very, very easy to be frustrated with someone with his dimensions and the southpaw stance.
It's always nice as well, isn't it, to get a couple of rounds under your belt as well with someone that is being touted as a future world champion, or someone at least is going to challenge for one. So once you get those couple of rounds under your belt, you know exactly who you're dealing with. Yeah.
And he's been in with real top fighters, Brad Pauls. You don't become a Southern Area English and British champion without doing that. Many, many more rounds. This is only the 60th for Shakiel Thompson, because he's come up on the on the sort of slow burner way and just under some pressure here. This right hand of Brad Paul's becoming a nuisance for Thompson. Interesting to see how he reacts to it.
I'll tell you what he's done, Brad Paul, really well. He's taken the jab away from Thompson here by throwing the right hand. He's slipping inside the jab. He's landed the right hand a couple of times. It's just stopped Thompson throwing that lead hand as much as he was early on.
He's got a very experienced cornerman in Terry Stewart over there, and we've seen a lot of Terry over the years. You know him well.
I do. Used to be in my camp early on, and Danny Barber as well from the famous green and gold of Wrexham. Another beautiful 1-2 from Brad Paul's.
Boxing well, isn't he?
Yep, he's really warming up here, Brad Paul's, easing into this. Good defence.
You said it, Don, as well. It's typically not what you do, is to come inside the southpaw's jab hand to land your own right, because you could easily walk into his backhand, but it's working for Brad Paul. I think if you're Thompson and maybe in the corner, you would suggest rather than just single jab, the 1-2 every now and again, he might walk onto it.
He could also spin off that front foot, throw the right hook instead of jabbing, which he's sort of neglecting now. Just spin off that front foot, throw the right hook.
Body shot there though from Thompson, and it did. Backed up in the neutral corner as the power of Dr. Steele, and he smiles, they both do. There was something that registered there after a good round for Brad Paul's.
Yeah, it's the plan. He's falling in, he's making mistakes, and guess what? You're finding the fucking openings, okay? Yeah? Everything off that jab. When you throw that backhand nice and straight, he hasn't got an answer for it. You don't move his head, he hasn't got an answer for it. Backhand nice and straight, no step to the right, then send it down. Send it down the side as well. Yep, find them angles for it. But let's stick to that plan. That jab is the key.
Yeah, heating up nicely this contest. Brad Paul's starting to find the range with that right hand inside, as me and Cole have been saying, that the southpaw stance, the long-rangey southpaw stance of Thompson. But that was the body shot that troubled Paul's at the end of the round. Just slips on the outside, doesn't he, of the right hand, and turns the hip nicely, but it's the accuracy of that left hand that done the damage.
Fourth round, Shakiel Thompson, the southpaw from Sheffield, and Brad Paul's from Cornwall, but trains up in London mostly. He won that last round despite being hurt at the end of it.
Yeah, he did. He boxed really, really well, but I think he'll get a lot of encouragement from hurting Paul's with that body shot. You can see a bit more spite in the shots. That's a lovely left uppercut followed by a right hook from Thompson.
We can just see him bring in the backhand into play a little bit more here. Maybe that was the plan all along, just to load Paul's into a false sense of security.
That raking jab he's got now, looking to open up the body and get that left hand really rolling here. Shakiel Thompson, and there's different body language here in the fourth.
And do you know what he's doing as well? He's committing to the shots more, Thompson. Sort of half pouring early on, not really committing or turning the shot hips into the shots. A bit more spite behind the work now. Back comes Paul though.
It's an enormous reach advantage that he's got, and the southpaw problem as well. Brad Paul seemed to have some success with that right hand, but hurt at the end of the third, so he knows that he can't sort of rush in because he can be countered.
No, the approaching coming forward's got to be calculated. It's got to be, you know, switched on. You've got to be smart with that approach. You've got to be very quick, feint with the feet, double jab to the chest. You have to be quick with it.
It wasn't a bad shot there, he tried. I don't know if it quite landed, but Paul's tried to land a jab to the body by leaning outside Thompson's backhand. A pretty hard shot to land, but I'm sure he nearly done it.
Straight left from Thompson, he throws that really nicely down the pipe, and for a tall guy, he can get up close, the uppercut and left hand, and he's starting to let the combinations go here. Shakiel Thompson, Brad Paul just backed up on the ropes in front of us.
couple of shots there stunned Brad Pauls for sure.
There's a confidence, almost a swagger about Shakiel Thompson in the 4th round.
Just doesn't rush anything, does he? So smart, switched on. Head movement from Pauls required here.
Yep. Releasing the shoulders a bit. Body shot from Thompson. Just looking to crank it up now. Sky Nicholson is back, and we can't wait to see her. Former featherweight champion, continuing her pursuit of super bantamweight gold. She's on April the 29th, live from her home country. Mariah Turner, the opponent from Melbourne. Wednesday in a month's time. Can you believe the clocks are moving tonight and it's summertime ahead? The nights are going to get
what, it don't feel like it, Adam. It's freezing outside. Get me on that plane to Melbourne.
We'd fancy that, Carl, a trip to Down Under.
Why not, Adam?
Addy's smiling as well. We're all in for that.
Round 5.
But we're in Manchester, cold, bitterly cold Manchester. But the action has been red hot, really has been fantastic so far.
It has been a cracking show. This one, as we've said, last couple of rounds really starting to heat up now.
And he's really planting his feet, Shakiel Thompson, and looking to unlock Brad Pauls' body. Just beginning to dominate now, Thompson. Good right hand from Pauls, still dangerous. Had success with that in the 2nd and 3rd round, and was caught at the end of the 3rd, but it'd be interesting if he really takes the fight to Thompson, who's a couple of rounds down Brad Pauls on the fan zone card.
You can't stand there and admire your own work, Thompson. He'd be frustrated with that. He just stood there in front of Pauls, no head movement, wasn't ready to move out of the way, and he just took that right hand. So just a reminder, you've got to stay switched on. He's working nicely. He's looking a lot more spiteful now, but you've got to concentrate on defence.
That's the shot, the jab to the body from Brad Pauls. Intelligent fighter, trying his very best with a cagey, awkward southpaw.
Yeah, he is. I've said it already, but he's really not allowing himself to be frustrated by this awkward style of Thompson.
He's
just
which is important. Yeah, and he's trying things out, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I think one of his issues, though, is when he throws that 1-2 sometimes, and Thompson and his team maybe haven't spotted it, but his chin is wide, or really high up in the air.
I think some of these jabs just busting his eyes up as well, Brad Pauls. He's been blinking badly a couple of times, especially the right eye.
Nice feint from Thompson there, good right to the body. I'd like to see that jab to the body from Pauls, and then throw the right hand twice. Take a little step to your right hand side twice.
Just keep an eye on Brad Pauls' right eye. It's giving him some irritation. Shakiel Thompson looking massive in there. How on earth did he weigh in at 158.4 as a middleweight? He's 6'3". He looks like he could be a light heavyweight.
And those shots that he throws, those bolo shots to the body, then looks to screw him up through the middle as an uppercut. They're really effective when you're tall, as he is. Working those double shots, try and get that uppercut through the guard.
Good left
the key
hand.
to success.
He's just beginning to break through Brad Pauls a bit, even with that tight defence. Pauls still pot-shotting and having some success. But the rounds are largely going to Thompson, and he knows it.
A bit more authority now, or to start boxing the team a little bit more. Yeah, 1-2, step on it. 1-2, step on it. Let's start looking behind your elbows. He's got his hands way up there, look. That's where he is. He's got a big target down there. Keep looking, keep looking. Push the jab backhand to the body, all right? You listen to it? Is that a plan? Let's go, we're in round 6 now. You haven't lost a moment of this fight. Everything's going to plan. Just keep focused. That's all you do. No switching off. Keep focused. Stick to what you're doing. Get that jab in his face again. Set him up, feint, and let that backhand to the body. You're hurting him more to the body in the end. Stand up the end, hard to get into it, and start going down to the body. Then you'll find a little gap down the side of the glove. When you get your feet in range, start letting him go around the side.
Love the way Shakiel Thompson was listening to Roger Sampson so intently there. Get the jab going again, don't switch off. You haven't lost any of this. I'm not sure about that. I wonder if Brad Pauls might have nicked the third round, but Shakiel Thompson very much on top here. Scheduled for 10 rounds, so we're into the second half here. Thompson, Queensbury debut on the big stage, inching closer towards an IBF middleweight title shot and dominating Brad Pauls, but we know Pauls can win late on.
Yeah, he can. He carries that power late. He does. Physically strong, fit as a fiddle. He really is.
Everything in Thompson's favour, jab, especially the power. Shots, punches landed almost double. Tells the story.
But Pauls won't be the type of guy that's happy to kind of just lose a point decision. At some point in this fight, it is only a 10-rounder. We're going to see him kind of come forward and put the foot on the gas. It's a good job. And again.
Yep, he's got very good fundamentals, Brad Pauls always has, but it's the slippery, awkward, whipping shots from Thompson.
At times, shades of another middleweight from Sheffield, the great Harold Graham.
Well, that's a big call. One of the best to never win a world title. Harold Graham would have done in this day and age, definitely. Brilliant fighter under Brendan Ingle. His first big star, really, before Prince Nassim Hamad and Kelbrook and all the others. And here comes Shakiel Thompson, who wants to become a world champion for the Steel City and may just do that, but still work to do to detract and infuriate Brad Pauls.
Up in the tempo a bit with his work here, isn't he, Thompson?
Body shots. That's what Roger Sampson asked for in the corner. And Shakiel Thompson, bright guy, is delivering. I loved it when he was listening to him, Cole.
Yeah, he was listening, and you can tell because he's carrying out the instructions that he's been given in the corner. But just there was a little bit of an example of Brad Pauls doing well, landing a right hand and being close, and then just not letting his hands go. When he gets close, any opportunity at all, he's got to let them go.
Very elusive with that head movement now, Thompson. So if Brad Pauls, I always think, start to the body with a straight shot, then you can work upstairs. Better head movement, though, from Pauls himself.
Yep, makes Thompson miss a couple of times. Haven't seen a lot of that tonight, but still a very relaxed look about the man from Sheffield, who doesn't seem to be nervous in any way on the big stage. He's waited patiently for this opportunity. Right hand from Pauls, but is he doing enough? Bit of a scrappy around, that one. Let's get backstage. Wow, Willie Hutchinson. I mean, he is someone you just can't take your eyes off. He comes out with all sorts. That interview he gave in Scotland after his last victory, I still love that.
He loves it, doesn't he? He's a showman. Really good fight, that, I'm telling you. You know, we'll find out a lot about both this evening.
It's a good fight, isn't it?
It's a great fight. I love the length about both guys, to be honest. But certainly we've got to be honest here and say Willie's definitely fought at a much higher level.
Round 7.
Terry Sure there, just a rallying Brad Pauls. Fight number 24 for the man from Newquay. 32 now, so may have to really grasp this opportunity. Good work from Shakiel Thompson, who again just ups the gears, and he does that well.
He does. Just a subtle change of pace, isn't it? That's what every shot in his arsenal. about Brad Pauls now. Just up in the work himself.
He's won a vacant IBF European middleweight title before. Thompson, he looked really good against River Wilson-Bentley, veteran from Coventry. Brad Pauls may have to throw caution to the wind here and start to let his hands go, because he's down, isn't he, Carl?
Yeah, he's a mile behind here at this stage, and we're running out of rounds for him to catch up, so I think he's going to have a go. But it's easier said than done when you're facing an opponent like Thompson. I mean, he's your worst nightmare, isn't he? 6'3" southpaw. The punch is hard.
Yeah, he really does.
Fan zone, 4 up for Thompson, that's about right. The third maybe for Brad Pauls. He was hurt at the end of that third round, and just at times unwilling to really let the punches go, but Thompson starting to find crisp combinations, and it's almost like he's letting some frustration out for all those years of waiting. Shakiel Thompson, and at 28, is this now his time?
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is really good pressure. This, the footwork, very impressive from Thompson, but the shot selection is equally as good. There was a lovely left uppercut a moment ago.
And Brad Pauls has lost a couple of times, but he's never been stopped, and that would be some message to send the middleweight division. If Thompson can do that, a points win, yes, great, but if he can seal it with something late on, well, Frank Warren will be delighted to have signed him up. We could have a world champion in waiting, potentially.
Brad Pauls said it at the press conference. He said one of us is potentially 2 fights away from being a world champion. That's how important a win here is.
Still, there's more from Thompson. One back from Pauls, but he just can't sustain it. Couple of right hands, but you just want him to do more, Carl.
Yeah, look, he's having a go, but it's I promise you, it's easier said than done when you've got someone like Shakiel Thompson in front of you. But he is trying, but we can see Thompson as well trying to up the ante here a little bit and go through the gears.
Brad Pauls, he needs 2 phases of attack. He's just throwing 2s or 3s, missing, and then he's getting countered. He's got to go, then go again.
Heads bumped together as well. Tough, hard night for Brad Pauls. Bruised up around the eyes. And finding out what a nightmare it is to face Shakiel Thompson. Well, we're in Glasgow, Friday, April the 17th. Liverpool the next night, April the 18th. But on the 17th, it's Collins and Llorente, and it's the rematch. We were talking about Willie Hutchinson's performance in Scotland. That's where Collins and Llorente fought to a draw. Could have gone either way. We'll find out what happens next in the Hydro. I was up there for the press conference, Darren, and they both really fancy it second time around.
Oh, I mean, the atmosphere was incredible, wasn't it? Really close fight, but this one has been Thompson, hasn't it? The last few rounds really running away with it now, just picking the shots really well, going through the gears, and yeah, starting to bully Brad Pauls now. What can Pauls do to get back into this? Is there a way?
The beautiful co-op in Manchester. Fairly new arena, and it's a fabulous one. 15,000 expected. I think most have been here, and pockets of fans. Lots of them have sold bundles of tickets, and it's been a great atmosphere. So much action already in the first half of this event. Brad Pauls with everything to do. Last 9 minutes in the white and black colours. The Nuki bomb. Can he find something explosive late on, as we've seen before? But Shakiel Thompson has been dominant through this. He's boxed really well. Up the tempo, the levels when he's needed to.
And the shots have just started to land a little bit more regularly and a little bit cleaner as well.
Body shot there, in from Thompson with the right hand. Brad Pauls felt that, and you wonder, having taken so much, will he be able to see this one out?
Got to try and take a little step, a double step to his left, Brad Pauls, and throw a big overhand right. He's got to try and find something now.
11 knockouts on the Brad Pauls slate. How he needs something dramatic late on. But Shakiel Thompson still pumping out the quality and dominating from centre ring.
Or on the back foot, having said that. You know, if he's forced back in moments, he's happy just to pot shot on the back foot and, you know, find the openings that way. Very impressive.
Pauls is wanting to push Thompson backward, but because he's controlling the ring so well, he's not able to do it, and that jab is just in his face all day. That's a little bit better, but what he should have done was fill that space quickly, and he didn't do it.
Yep, he didn't continue it. It's been cameos. That right hand has had some success, but the sustained work has come from Shakiel Thompson, and almost he knows when to rev it up and going from side to side again, targeting the body.
Plenty of variation, isn't there, from Thompson? I think that's unsettled and made it difficult for Pauls to get into any rhythm at all.
The one shot he hasn't really used tonight that I've seen before with Thompson is the uppercut on the inside. That's a potent weapon for someone so tall, but he's just chipping away here. The Sheffield man, Dr. Steele. Brad Pauls, fair play to him, very courageous, coming back at him.
A couple of good shots there.
A good right hook and a good jab afterwards.
It's been a good 8th round, and Brad Pauls has got to try and find some confidence from this. Looks tired though, as he just stands there, Brad Pauls, inhaling the oxygen. Can hardly get back to his stool. It's been a hard night for the man from Newquay.
Got 2 rounds. Yeah? Your destiny, right? Go look this kid out. Right? You're also a point. So you've got to look him out. It's up to you, mate. Yeah? You're not listening because all you're still doing is fighting two punches. Yeah? You've got to start to work. You hit him some nice right hooks now. And stood back and let him bounce in and out again. Yeah? All he's been on is his rhythm.
Well, he's absolutely right, Terry Stewart. He's got to knock him out. He said he's not been listening. He's not been sustaining the attack. So it's shoot or bust.
He needs a knockout. He does. We've said it. He does carry power late, but it's catching Thompson's the issue. So tricky. He really is. On the flip side, can he find a finish here to close what has been a very good performance so far, shown us an awful lot, and he has.
Yep, stopped Nathan Heaney in the 12th, right at the end, Brad Pauls, so there will be belief. There will be hope, but he's a mile behind on the fans' unofficial card. 3 judges at ringside, and we've seen some varied decisions, Carl, haven't we, in the last few weeks?
Yeah, we have, but he's having a go here, and the instructions were correct in the corner from Brad Pauls. He has to let the hands go a little bit more, and he's listened to them, and he's trying. It needs to be sustained. It can't be in bursts of 30 seconds at a time. It needs to be from the end, from now, right now, till the end of the fight.
And for Thompson, he moves into the 9th round. Thompson's corner. How about this locked on? And Shakiel Thompson is down in the 1st minute of the 9th round. He's been utterly dominant, but Brad Pauls is going for it, and now we have a big twist in the plot.
2 minutes left, boys.
Plenty of time left, and Shakiel Thompson is in danger of being knocked out here. He was in the amateurs, and has it come back to haunt him? Brad Pauls a mile behind on points, and it's more drama in Manchester.
This is unbelievable. He's responding to the go-to.
What a win! Brad Pauls has won it out of the fire and into the limelight. Brad Pauls is back at 32. Never write him off. He did it against Nathan Heaney. He was being outboxed pretty much from start to finish by Shakiel Thompson. Terry Stewart read the riot act, and Brad Pauls went and stunned the whole Sheffield camp. Frank Warren can't believe it at ringside. That is extraordinary. Terry is celebrating. Brad Pauls, lovely guy. How did he do that?
Remarkable. You just could not see that coming. It's the greatest sport in the world, Cole.
Unbelievable.
Special. That was a special win.
Completely out of nowhere. It was being bossed from start to finish. from Thompson. And this is why we love the sport. When things like this happen, Brad Pauls never stopped trying. He was in there, he listened to the instructions of the corner, and he got the win. What a win!
Absolutely unbelievable. We've had Michael Gomez Jr. in that firefight. We've had Holmes winning dramatically against Murphy. We've had Liam Davis in a terrific 6 rounds with Grandelli looking fabulous at featherweight. We had Shakiel Thompson boxing beautifully for almost the entire fight, but into the 9th round, late on, and a right hand there from Brad Pauls, which he'd been throwing occasionally through the night, finally gets the one bang on the chin of Thompson and floors him twice, and Howard Foster calls it off. Thompson loses, Darren, for the first time in his career.
That right hand there may have just earned Brad Pauls a shot at the IBF world title. That's how important that shot was.
And I hope he gets it. Up until the Nathan Heaney fight, which was a few fights ago, the first one, not many people knew who Brad Pauls was. He deserves a big opportunity. That was an unbelievable comeback win.
What a stoppage. Look at this. He was not going to let Thompson off the hook. You thought, will he survive? The legs were still gone. There was another shot here that he's desperately trying to hold on. There was a short right hook and Howard Foster straight in. Look at the scenes afterwards as well. That right hook there, you can see Howard Foster having a look. Another right hand on the top of the head, and that's all she wrote. Incredible scenes.
We said shoot or bust. Brad Pauls listened to Terry Stewart, and he has got maybe the win of his life. British champion before, but this, at this stage, as the underdog, and everything going against him, wow. And I tell you about a wow event as well. May the 23rd, who will be the hardest geezer? We'll find out. Alexander Usyk and Rico Verhoeven, the world kickboxing legend, meet beneath the pyramids. Live and exclusive on DAZN. Heavyweight season, and we can't even get our breath back. He looks spent at the end of the 8th round, and he wins it in the 9th. Brad Pauls delivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 30 seconds of round number 9. Our referee in charge, Howard Foster, waves off the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout. And now the IBF International Middleweight Champion, the Nuki Bomb, Brad Pauls.
He's got the IBF International Middleweight Championship. He might just have earned himself a world title shot. Great respect from Shakiel Thompson, who has a loss on his professional record for the first time. But Brad Pauls, Dev, he gets his 21st